Hi guys, it's Pastor, and yes, this is Armored Kill, and yes, it's another episode in the Don't Be a Noob series. So today we're going to be talking about the Engineer, the most important class in the Armored Kill expansion that's just come out. Now, for your Engineer loadout, I recommend the ACW-R or the G36C. I like the ACW-R because it's got a decent rate of fire and it's pretty accurate. The G36C has a little bit less rate of fire, but I think it kind of edges out the ACW-R in terms of accuracy. And I'm gonna have to say that you need to go with small or RPG probably 90% of the time because of what you can do against helicopters that don't have really good pilots, and even sometimes they do, and shots in the back of tanks that gives you great maneuverability because you simply fire and forget. There's no lock on time. I'll only run a javelin if there's a member of my team designating targets, and stingers honestly are about useful unless you've got 3 or 4 people on your team running them because they're just not going to be taking out air assets like you need, and it leaves you absent of anything that can really damage armored vehicles on the ground. I'm going to say repair torch if you're planning on running in a lot of armor so you can get out and repair yourself and keep yourself in the fight. If you're not planning on being in tanks very often, or riding in a tank with somebody, I'm going to say landmines because you can leave those at a flag that you've captured, then go away, and when some dude drives in with the Jeep, he gets blown up, you have a laugh, he has a laugh. Well, he probably is upset, but you have a laugh, so that's good. So, because I opted for the ACWR, you're going to see me a lot more in this footage on the flags and in the action because I have that great rate of fire. So I don't need to really keep my distance as much as I would with some other weapons. And I'm going to be getting an armor quite often, and I got the repair torch for that. So I'm going to be rocking those tanks, and let's face fact, tank v infantry, tank wins most of the time. Quick note, when you're repairing a vehicle, make sure you're on the opposite side of the tank that's generally where the action is or taking fire from. That's going to keep you a lot safer. For that matter, in case you didn't know, whatever direction your barrel is pointing or whatever direction you're looking at, that is the direction of the tank you're going to get out on. So if there's fighting on the right, swivel your barrel to the left, and that's the side of your tank you're going to get on, and it's going to keep you safe. Now, if you're a passenger in a vehicle, there's 2 main roles you're going to play here. One is to operate that machine gun and kill infantry. The other is going to be to get out of that vehicle, kill infantry that's trying to C4 your tank, or repair the tank. And right here you see me get out and I try to play around the world with a guy and he doesn't want to play anymore, so I shoot him in his back. And right here I really made a mistake of engaging out in the open when I should have moved a few more steps to the right so I could have peeked that, and I probably would have got both those picks instead of getting killed a few seconds later. So let's talk infantry versus tank. I'm out in the field and you saw me point my RPG at that tank and not take the shot. And the reason for that is quite simple. If I would have shot at that tank, he would have seen the hit indicator, he would have turned his barrel at me, and he would have blown my face off. So I made a tactical decision to wait for that tank to get further away from me so I could get maximum damage from the rear, and so that it would be involved in other things and not as aware of where he's getting RPG'd from. And when you're out in the open and you don't cut cover, you do not want a tank knowing where you're at. So think before you just go shooting rockets off. So one really important thing to keep in mind when you're running an engineer is that simply because you have rockets doesn't mean you need to be spending all of your time running around the map trying to shoot down choppers or trying to kill tanks. You are so much more than that. You have an assault rifle that shoots infantry. You have repair torches that can repair tanks and even damage enemy tanks. You have rockets that can kill infantry, tanks, and aircraft. So don't limit yourself to trying to be one thing exclusively in this game. Just because you're an engineer doesn't mean you have to hunt all of the tanks down on the map, okay? If you're on a flag, try and take a position where you're not necessarily trying to duke it out with every piece of armor on the map, but you're trying to capture that flag and control an objective. If you let yourself get tunnel visioned that there's only one specific thing you should be doing, a lot of times that's going to hurt your game. I know sometimes when I record for a specific set of footage, I can have a bad game because maybe I'm trying to get some chopper footage and I'm so focused on shooting one type of target or getting a certain type of shot that things that I would normally be focusing on and dealing with in addition, I'm just kind of ignoring now, and that can be really detrimental to your game. So you might be asking yourself right now, why am I just running around not doing anything in this footage? Well, the answer is there's a chopper above me, and right about now I'm pointing my rocket at it, and boom. No matter how many times I do that, it really doesn't ever get old. Well, that's pretty much what I have for you this week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it helps you become a little bit better at this game. Don't forget to click that like and that subscribe button. Those are always much appreciated and helps the channel grow a little bit. And I kind of enjoy doing this, and if you enjoy watching it, I'll keep doing it. If you have any suggestions or comments or anything like that, let me know. I'm also considering starting a new series where I help you with some very map-specific tactics. In other words, some great positional things to do and what kits to play in what scenario, and really knowing what your team needs and being able to accomplish that. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.